Hello, everyone. Welcome to the trip. I'm DWTT. Friends call me Gary, and we got a full house tonight. To start off, we got a co-host, Matt. How you doing?
Good, brother.
Yeah, cool. Guess I got my other co-host who fills in when Matt's away on location. Tony, how you
I'm a
doing?
I'm a Coco host.
Co-host. And last but not least, we got Lolo from the stoop on the stoop.
That makes
How you
me the
doing?
Lolo host.
Is that is that Lolo
The
from the boogie
Coco
down?
host and the Lolo host. There we go.
Okay, I was gonna say is that Lolo from the boogie down, but that's not the right city.
No, not quite. That's a little bit north of here. We call that upstate
Upstate.
in the
Cool.
Bronx.
All right, everyone, welcome to the show. I saw Miss Molina was in the house earlier today. I don't know if she's still here, but hello. Ryan is here. Hello, how you doing? And I guess this will be
That's
Lolo probably
me.
checked in with us a little bit earlier, but here we
Yep.
go. Let's get started. So Arsenal 2. Oh, actually, Arsenal 2. Watford 2. Arsenal 3. Nice road win. That looks BX Gunner. Hello, Steve. How you doing? Steven, how you doing? All right. I think it was for many, at least for me. I believe this was a must-win because this is our easiest match from here on out. Nothing else will come close to. This is the last game we have against a team in the bottom three. I think we still have to play Everton, who might be in the bottom three when we play them. But after today's fiasco, but yeah. So I guess we'll start with Matt. How are you feeling about this game?
Hey, man, three points to 3 points, but as Lolo has right there behind him, uh, defense was not good enough. We have a massive problem with leaking goals and finishing games cleanly. That is a problem you cannot have when you play Man U, no matter how bad they are. Liverpool, Chelsea, no matter how disoriented they are at the moment. These top tier teams are not going to allow you to make those kind of mistakes and not pay for it. We've got to stop the leaky goals. Going forward, we look pretty good Saturday. Lacazette had two nice flicks. The first goal was world class. It was vintage Arsenal. That was a vintage. That was an old school Arsenal goal. That first one. That was right out of the book of Thomas Rosicky and Cesc Fabregas. That was throwback. The second goal was phenomenal. Third goal was good. All the goals were world class. We've been crying out for that for the last 3 weeks. Well, last 2 or 3 shows rather. And I just that defense that really pissed me off Saturday. You can't. Why is it that we have to go play these games and then it gets all the way to the 86th minute and then one goal here, one goal there, and now it's at the panic stations. It's scrambling. If VAR doesn't go our way or what have you, then we're hanging on for dear life, and that's got to stop. That's a mentality issue. That is a player that is not having leadership at the back to shut down um, the closeout games is what I'm trying to say. So we've got to do a much better job of closing out games. For the most part, like I said, it's 3 points at this stage. I couldn't ask for a better result to get what we need to get, and we got it. We still got a lot of work to go. It's still a long way to go, people. It's still a long way to go, but we're on the right track.
Cool. Yeah, and as I said, the title of this show is the Utes and Laca, basically. At least did the scoring for us, and like you said, the defense was suspect. And I didn't get to see the game live. I had to kind of I had to watch part of it from my phone while I was at basketball. I'm in a league, so I was doing that. Then I came back and tried to watch the rest of everything that I missed. But that first minute, that was basically a warning sign that things were going to be a little bit suspect or a little bit iffy with the defense. So we'll probably get into the youth a little bit more, or the Utes as I called them, and
Yutes.
yeah, the Utes for
Two
those who know,
Utes.
who know. So Tony, we'll go to you. Tell us.
I'm like Matt, is 3 points. To me, the defense have been disappointing in the last 3 or 4 games since Zaka's been more forward. You don't have somebody running back to protect the back like we had before. It's been some of Gabrielle's and Ramsdale's worst games for us, which is scary. Hopefully, we get everything back together. Odegaard looked great. Pretty much all of the 4 attacking players look pretty damn good. I'm going to give Odegaard player of the game. 3-2. That's too many goals for them. Been nice to have a 4-0 game. It should have been a waiver. Getting up there and attacking with the youth, or Yutes as Gary wants to call them now. But all in all, it's 3 points. That's what we expected. We move on. I think all we have to do is win half of our remaining games and we'll finish in the top 4.
Yep. So that is the trick here. We want to finish in the top 4, and as some of you who watch us on Arsenal Fan Circle, Ray has his calculator out, and 66 points is if we get 66 points, we have a good chance. So we'll see. I just want to say hi to those BK Gunners in the house. How you doing? Ready to join us? Welcome to the show.
Getting the Bronx and Brooklyn mixed up again, man. That's BX Gunner, not
What'd I say?
Gunner.
Oh, did I say it wrong? Sorry, I'm just
around here. Those are fighting words, man.
Oh no, we don't need that. We don't.
And I know BX. He's class, but he's BX. All right.
He's BX. Sorry. You know what? I think I mumbled. I think you heard a mumble.
Okay. I'll give it to you. There's a connection issue.
Yes, everybody in the chats. There we go. What's on the menu tonight? We're going to talking about what you're eating or what we're talking about. We'll see.
Or why no cat?
Oh, look at this. So we'll go to Lolo. He'll tell you what's up with that.
Well, let me answer the question of the evening. That's clearly it right now, because I think Matt and Tony covered most of what I was going to say. No, but today it's too hot. It's like 70 degrees today, and I got this mango mess up here making me sweat down the back here. So I got to pull that up, get the good backlight going, and make you go, oh, he's got hair, before I show you that it's only here. I got to cover the bald spot. Anyway, I want to hit on a couple of things that Matt was talking about. And first and foremost, classic Arsenal, right? Or what we as Arsenal fans look back at as classic Arsenal, of these beautiful touches, of a lot of one-touch football that actually came off. We had two back heels that led to goals. One was a direct back heel assist from Lacazette. One was the back heel from Odegaard to Saka that came back to him. Just that type of stuff is the stuff that we know. That's what excites us about Gabriel Martinelli, Emil Smith-Rowe, Saka, and now Odegaard's getting into it. And Lacazette is actually seeing, you know what? Maybe I should stop shooting and let these motherfuckers shoot, because, maybe if I'm in the center and I pull people towards me, I can give a quick layoff and let these sharpshooters show Thomas Partey how to knock a ball in from outside the box. Beautiful. One thing Matt said that I think is just a turn of phrase, where you said couldn't ask for a better result. And I get what you're saying, what you meant of the 3 points. Yes, the result.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
But I know you're also thinking we can ask for a better result, and we actually are asking for it. That there is no way Watford should have put 2 goals up on us.
Exactly.
Let's give them that first goal. Moment of brilliance. However, Gabriel Martinelli doesn't need to be defending an overlap ball by himself. And then whoever was supposed to be helping him, Kieran Tierney, given all that space, a guy shouldn't have the amount of space to do a bicycle kick in the box.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. That was a hell of a goal. But like you
hell
said,
of a goal.
He should not have that much space.
Yeah,
that close to the goal.
Yeah,
if you perform on Wayne Rooney, then that's a different ball game. But to perform that close to the box was criminal.
Yeah. And basically, anytime you see some sort of wonder goal, some sort of brilliance from a team like this against you, you know you fucked up in some way. Because it takes a bunch of things have to happen for a brilliant goal to come about, and they all did. And you kind of saw it with Martinelli on Dennis, and I was already like, oh fuck, he's overmatched here as a defender. And then the overlap came brilliantly. It was a one touch. The rest was beautiful, but little mistakes in there. And for me, this was my main focus in our match reaction earlier today. Mark was saying, look at all these great things that happen, and I'm like, yes, I don't want to take away from the good things, but we've been seeing these good things building. We've been seeing the connection between Lacazette and the kids. We've been seeing Odegaard playing better and better and better, better than most of us, if not all of us, ever thought he would with us. Even Real Madrid, they're sitting there going, wait, what's he doing? That's not him. That's not the guy we sold them. We would have kept him on loan or just sent him on loan. So I'm seeing that build, and I'm starting to expect it. And I'm starting to go like, yes, this is now us. This is who we are. We're very fast, and we're starting to get this unspoken bond between those front players, and it's the defense. The reason we are in fourth place right now isn't because we've blasted teams away, isn't due to one-touch goals, isn't due to classic Arsenal finishing. The reason we are where we are is because we kept clean sheets against the likes of fucking Norwich, and we score one goal. All these teams where it's like, we snuck that one, we snuck that one, we snuck that one. What we did was we snuck the goal, but we kept a clean sheet, making that one goal a winner and not a draw. That's why we are where we are. We cannot lose that. We need to tighten up, and I need to see clean sheets. And to me, it's a little bit of Ramsdale drinking his own Kool-Aid, and he's starting to. Like, I love all the bravado and everything, and everybody's building him up. Like, we love the attitude, but it's starting to be a little overzealous, where he feels like he can do no wrong, yet he's made multiple mistakes game after game that our scoring has helped him out with. No, can we not do both at the same time? Can we not keep it tight and not let these goals in and play good, strong defense and be creative up front? That's what I'm looking for. And so I feel like we're on our way to get things right. But Matt, you are 100% spot on. You do this with Chelsea, we lose this game 5-3, even if we put up 3. You do it to Liverpool, you don't even get on the fucking score sheet. They score that goal in the 17 seconds offside. You know what they do? Mo Salah holds his run for a split second, and they get it in 35 seconds. So this cannot happen. So that done for now.
All right. Cool. We'll get into it a little bit more. So as you said, defense started out shaky and continued and ended shaky. Let's just say that. So I'm just gonna say hi to everybody, and we'll continue on with our talk about the game. Already, Mr. Tom is in the house. No wrestling shirt tonight. Yes. Erdigar and Seka understood the assignment. Yes, they did, and we'll get into them. Yeah, we'll get into them. Definitely. Anybody else? No, that's it. All right, so we'll continue on. All right, we'll go. Matt, I guess you were talking. Tell me about this defense again. I know you talked a little bit about it. Can we get into a little bit more of it? I know.
I mean, it's these lapses, man. I mean, we've seen this for like 3 or 4 games, Garrett. I mean, it's like, honest to God, man, you look at the first minute. Luckily, the goal was, it was offsides. I mean, the first minute,
17 seconds, man.
Yeah, and I was just like, I looked and I was like, oh shit, it's gonna be one of those days. That's what I said out loud. I said it's gonna be one of those days. And luckily, we was offsides, and I was like, well, thank goodness. And we were able to rectify it real quick. But if that's Chelsea, we've lived it. We've seen this where if a team goes out in front like that, Arsenal not built. Our team is mentally built to come back. I think our first game was like 2 weeks. The last 2 games where we came back from being down. That was the first time I think they said it, maybe twice, 2 times we've done that up on Arteta. Y'all know we don't do that all the time. So we can't be giving up playing from behind. We can barely hold on from the front. So I mean, that is one of the issues that we really need to be looking at in the offseason, is sorting out the defensive midfield position. Get Shaka in this and figuring out what pairing works best with Gabriel at the back. We really need. And when I saw Rob Holding coming on, I was like, "Oh my dear Lord, this is the own goal specialist." You know, you start panicking you're at the panic stations when you see that kind of stuff. But Gary, that is an absolute joke. Just to give up, Leeds is leaking. They're leaking goals over there at Leeds.
They only gave up one this week. All right.
Yeah.
So far.
But we've got
They
to
gave up 20 in February though.
Yeah,
be nice to Mr. Tom. Come on.
We've got to cut that out, man. I mean, we've got some major games this weekend. Is going to be a trick bag. When you got to play Leicester, man, that's not necessarily an easy game. We tend to always that's usually a tight game. So
Yep.
We got to start getting these quality points. So we can stop laughing at Arsenal fan circle. It's the Leeds on the move. But we've got to start getting these quality wins, and I'm talking Leicester. Then we got Aston Villa, and that's always just a tricky game. And of course you got your Liverpool, Tottenham, and so on. And then you got to worry about some of these other teams like the Evertons that's trying to fight to survive. So we got our work cut out for us. We're in a good place right now. All four of us we said this back in January, and hopefully we don't have a recurrence of what we saw in January, and that we can actually close it out this season. And this is also going to tell us a lot about this run of form, this run of games that's coming up is going to tell us a lot about the mental state of Mikel Arteta. If you really want to see what you're dealing with, now you're going to really find out what we're dealing with, because now he has to close the deal, and the players have to close the deal.
Definitely. Yeah, today I went on the Armory TV. They actually showed, basically, you guys are just talking about the overlap that was not there in that first goal. And later on in the game, they actually showed where we actually did it correctly. So I have a feeling, that was talked about. But some of my thought is this is happening with our senior players, not our youth. Our senior players are the ones that are making the mistakes defensively, and that can't be. They have to play a lot better. So Tony, tell me, what your thoughts on the defense?
To me, it started when Xhaka started playing more forward. You don't have as much protection on the overlap. I think if you're going to do that, you might as well play Partey as a single defensive midfielder. I think it works better that way, because you've had Odegaard dropping back to protect. You have Lacazette dropping back. So I have those guys. If you're going to be attacking that much, somebody has to be back there when Tierney and Cedric's going forward. I think we're attacking too much with the fullbacks, to be honest, because if you're going to do that, you might as well play a back three. That way you have the protection all the time. That's why I put Partey there. You could drop back and be there to protect. But for the $90 million we spent this summer on defense, we're no better this year. We're fifth right now in defensive record. Last year we finished third. Like Lolo said, Ramsdale, I think he's getting a little too cocky. He gets out there and he's punching balls he doesn't need to punch for, running out when he doesn't need to run out. And it's just been a bad 3 or 4 games for the defense. Hopefully things get back together. Starting off the year, we were relying on defense. Now we're relying on offense. Be nice to see it balance out and do both of them. but I'm not sure that can happen until we get the proper midfielders in the summer. Should have got some this winter. Didn't. They didn't reinforce at all. The defense been leaky, been shaky. Had us nervous, no reason playing who we played this weekend. We should have gave up 2 goals. Should have been an easy, clean sheet. Players aren't doing what they need to, not dropping back, doing the cover they need to. They should know what they need to do. Apparently, isn't drilled into them from Arteta. I think a lot of it comes from Zaka being more forward now, trying to protect him from getting red cards. But Odegaard, Lacazette shouldn't be even or behind Zaka on the pitch. Zaka's to be filling the holes left by Tierney or Cedric. That's pretty much it.
Cool. I was just going to say something on it. You were talking about the fullbacks coming up. I think we have to do both, I believe, but we also have, like you said, have to have that coverage. Make sure we don't have holes behind us for sure. Because if you go back and look at the game, there are times when you've got Cedric up there. I mean, we don't score the third goal if Cedric's not up there. I mean, he's the one that kind of he hits the ball over to Erdegaard. So I think we need to be able to do both. We need to. I mean, we see the first goal is Saka, right? Saka and Odegaard working at it. Similar, I think the second goal as well. But that third goal, you've got Cedric up there. So defense is going to have to be better. That defense is going to be better. So we'll go to low. Oh, wait. Let me see. I think, we'll talk about, you guys are talking about points going forward. So we'll talk about that as well. But we'll go to low on the defense here. So
we still talking defense?
Yeah, we can talk about defense if you want, or we can move on.
Okay. I mean, I think the things have been said about defensively. I think we see what the issues are, and something. I think we'll get some cover when Tomiyasu is back. I feel like Cedric likes to do something we were always upset with Tomiyasu is like Saka's got no love over there because there's no overlapping runs or underlapping runs. He like almost goes and then stops. But you know what? Though that's when we were keeping clean sheets. Yes, we weren't scoring tons of goals, so that may be a balance that we're gonna have to get used to again or figure out what that is. But I agree, Xhaka was all over the place. Xhaka was forward. He was in like a 9 position at times. He was also kind of responsible for one of the goals. Not one of the goals. He was back there defending on one of the goals, and I was just like, "What are you playing? Where are you?" Maybe that's working in our favor because the defense doesn't know where he is. I don't know. I'll have to rewatch it and just watch his movements, I suppose. But yeah, I think you guys have hit it there. Ramsdale is feeling himself a bit, and I think Ben White and Gabriel as well are feeling like they're a little bit untouchable. That was what happened with Gabriel's back pass with Wolves. It was a little cocky of like, yeah, here we go, and he kicked it to the wrong spot. Ramsdale, I thought, was actually in the right position because you don't back pass towards the goal. You back pass. So if you fuck up, it's a corner kick, not a fucking goal. Anyway, but I if you don't mind, we can go on to different stuff. I would like to speak my mind about the whole points thing whenever we get to it.
Yeah, we'll get to that. It's definitely, as you saw, I started it, so we'll get to that. Yeah. I did have something I was going to say. Okay, yeah. All right. So I think what I was going to say, and this is, what we saw, what I believe we saw this weekend is why you have to have depth. Who's pushing these guys? Tomiyasu's out, so Cedric eventually is going to start to show you why you love Tomiyasu. That's what happened. Tavares doesn't play much. Tierney, I don't know. He disappeared in the game for me. I knew he was on the field, but I didn't know he was on the field. And Gabriel and White definitely needed stern talking to. But I think Arteta maybe mentioned that the way the goals were given up just wasn't to his liking. And I think we're hearing that a lot more from him. At least I think I'm hearing a lot more from him that he's not too impressed with what we're doing in certain areas, even though we are winning. He still wants to see more, which I think is good because I think in the past he just seemed to sugarcoat everything, at least in my ears. Going forward now, it seems like he knows what he wants to do and he's not seeing it, and he'll let us know. So that's the good part. That's the good part. All right, so I don't think there's anything else more. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. So this is my take. You guys can kind of. The man of the match for me was Saka. I know Erdegaard had a really good game, but for me, I think Saka actually was part of all 3 goals. So for me, I kind of feel like he was on one. He had a really good game. We're always asking him to get. I'm always asking him to get some rest so that he can recover and then show why we love him so much, and he did that. But we always seem to just let him kind of go push through the bad parts. His when his form is down, he still gets to continue to play through them, and most teams don't get to do that. I know there was a discussion today I've heard on YouTube as far as who's the best young player, and they were comparing Trent and Foden, Saka, and Rice. And it's not necessarily it's not really Saka's not really up there with those levels, but they can rotate. Those teams that like Liverpool and City, Foden will sit out. We've seen Trent have to come out for a little bit. Saka doesn't get to do that, at least not under Arteta, and that's why we see the negative. So if he got to roll in and out, I think this is what he needs to do. This is what he should do, but he doesn't get to do it. I saw it, Lola, you there nodding your head. You can talk. I guess we'll start from the bottom and we'll work our way up. Yeah.
I should show you my WhatsApp to our On the Stoop group during the Manchester derby, and I said something of the likes of, for fuck's sake, what does Saka have to do to get into this conversation, to knock Phil Foden out of this goddamn conversation? What makes Phil Foden... Why everybody talks about Phil Foden, the best young player. Look at what he does. Look at what has he done? What has he done all season? He's got a couple of goals. Every time I see him, great movement, no finish. Great movement, bad pass. Great movement. Like what is he paying people to get everybody to say Phil Foden is? They said Phil Foden's going to win Ballon d'Or. Phil Foden, best young player in England. And I'm like, what else does Saka have to... Phil Foden can't do it on Manchester City. Saka's doing it despite most of the Arsenal team.
Isn't it better him not having a pressure, though?
I'm fine. I'm fine with that. I'm just like, can we... It's more like enough with the Phil Foden. Enough. Let him actually do something. Let him actually, and I don't know, maybe he's just not playing enough, but I'm sorry. Who was he the best player in that match? Not by miles. Not by miles. Meanwhile, Saka's over here. Saka was having his way. I agree with you, Gary. Saka was man of the match for me. Odegaard was fantastic and was a part of a lot of things, but look at Saka's goal. The Watford player dallied on the ball for a split second too long, and Saka was like going back to his spot, and he was like, oh wait, man, give me that ball. Passes it to Lacazette, and then he's running this way, and he actually goes, nope, I'm going to go to this hole, and Lacazette backheels it to him, and he's right there. Nobody's around him. Saka created that, gave it to his buddy Lacazette, and he even said afterwards, he's like, Lacazette and I worked together so much. He knew what I was going to do. I had to go, oh shit, he's going to pass it over here because that's where he thinks I'm going to be. And that's exactly what he did. So that's the kind of in motion, like rewatch the goal. You see him, he passes it to Lacazette and he's going to go around him to the right. He stops and goes back to the left, straight down the gut. To me, Saka was doing things that were just frustrating the hell. Saka took Martinelli out of the game, which is fucking crazy because everything was happening over on the right side, and they still couldn't do anything about it. So Martinelli was just kind of chilling over there. Anyway, sorry. Hate Phil Foden. Hate Phil Foden.
I hear
Give
you.
Saka some love. Emil Smith Rowe has more goals off the bench than Phil Foden, so fuck off.
All right.
Best
Yeah.
player
No.
in
You know what?
England.
And I hear you. I hear you. I mean, this. I think Why Not Sentiment has joined us, and I think his comment here is probably what a lot of people will tell you why Foden is considered at a better level than Saka right now. Which for me, I feel there's a lot more to Saka's game that he hasn't developed yet, which is fine for me. Foden supposedly has it, and that's why he's considered better. Trent, of course, has been just doing it, and it's always about the longevity of those two players. Trent, Foden, been doing it for a very long time. Declan leading his team, right? One of the best players there at his position. Could go pretty much anywhere he wants. So I think that's where Saka's being compared to. But then you look at the England team, and you're like, well, they feel they can lean on him more. Then why not? When there's younger and there's just many young players in his position that are playing there. So yeah. So I'll let you go. So Lo, I didn't hear. Did you said your man of the match was Saka? So I guess we'll go to Tony here. All right, Tony. So you're up, and so tell me about your man of the match, and if you have any comments on the comparisons between the youth.
To me, as Odegaard is pretty much a toss-up. You could have gave it to Saka or Odegaard. It really doesn't matter to me. But going on to Foden versus Saka, 8's more than 7, 5's more than 3. That's their assists and goals and assists. I like Saka not really having the pressure like Walcott did with us. Arsenal fans don't appreciate Walcott because he was on this big pedestal getting into the England club as early as he did. Never lived up to a hype, but still scored 100 goals for us. So I kind of like Saka being under the radar. I think he's a great player. I think he has probably the highest ceiling on the team. I used to think kind of Martinelli does, but I don't know. To me, just Saka, he can always have a shout for best player of the game because he's just that talented. I don't like seeing him play as much as he does. Don't want to see him break down. Don't like seeing him in every League Cup game, every FA Cup game. The kid needs a rest. Martinelli can be coming in there. Pepe can be coming in there. Instead, we just see Saka. Love the kid, but don't want him to get burned out or get hurt and not have as good a career as he can potentially have.
Cool. Yeah. No, like I said, Saka was a man for me, and it's good to have him in those comparisons. We don't want to pump him up too much, but I think he's doing everything that we want him to do, and I think Arteta leans on him a lot. And we've got Matt. I don't know. He's been stewing on this one probably. So tell me, Matt.
Let's see how fired up Matt is.
Man of the match, and any of your comments on the youths they're being compared with each other.
Man of the match. That's I'll probably say Odegaard, man. I'm just gonna throw some people off, man. Odegaard just played he's a little bit of a conundrum, man. He tends to play really well against teams like Watford. Really, really well. And I wish he would translate that style of play to bigger matches. Which that could happen down the line. As far as comparing youth to youth, man, I mean, if Saka played for Chelsea, any other team, man, he'd be the poster boy of English football. I mean, it's just a matter of fact the guy's playing for Arsenal, man. Now, I want you for all this talk about Phil Foden or whatever, let this contract, I didn't know if you're going to bring this up tonight or not, but let this contract saga roll on with Saka, and then you watch the narrative start to switch. But the minute it's sewn up, then, of course, and I'm personally, quite frankly, Lolo, I understand exactly where you're coming from, but I kind of like it. Let him play under the radar. Let him play under the radar, and and let everything fall as it should. I mean, Phil Foden's a good player, man, but Saka's really good too. I mean, it's just really, it's uh the old adage of Steven Gerrard, Wayne Rooney. I mean, it's just like going back and forth, old back and forth arguments, back in the day. Both are good. I think this system that Phil Foden in is a little different than ours. Ours is more suited for soccer. It's just kind of apples and oranges, man. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
I just know one thing: we need to. It's imperative that we qualify for the Champions League. We want to hold on to these young players. I know that because we get another year, no European football. These guys' heads are gonna start getting turned.
No, I hear you. I hear you. No, Saka, like you said, he will be looked. his word, his what we see in his eye. What we see. I guess Arsenal fans. I'm going to generalize it. Everybody. If he doesn't sign, he's gonna be looked down upon. I think, but that's for me more an Arsenal than it is him.
Yeah.
Arsenal has they had an opportunity I believe in January to maybe make it easy for them to qualify for top four if that's what they wanted to do. Maybe they would have to spend a little bit extra money more than they wanted to, but they chose not to. And so we'll see. I always said we're going to have to be perfect to make it all the way through this thing.
It's a big fucking gamble.
And so we'll see. I mean, so far, so good, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we only have to win half of our games to give ourselves a good chance. Somebody else will have to go and run away with it, But otherwise, I think we can still do it since we are ahead and we've got more games. But I think we'll start. There was some comments up here, and I'll get into that. Anybody have anything else to say about the game?
We can mention Pepe for a minute because I know the last time I was on the show, we were talking about getting Pepe a start, getting Pepe in. We like him better off the bench. We like him this and that. To me, when he came on, he didn't have the fire that I've seen. He did have kind of that same old Pepe face of like, there's not much for me to do. You don't need me to come in and win. And it was a little bit back to a lazy sort of. I know he did some stuff and he was around there, but I didn't see the fire that he had when he came on against Wolves, for example. What were you guys' thoughts on Pepe?
All right, I'll continue. I'll kind of transition this. For me, Pepe. The reason why you saw Pepe this way is because the handcuffs were on. We weren't chasing anything. We were just trying to hold on. That's the difference. Pepe needs him to take off the training wheels and let him go. That's what I believe. He plays much better when we don't have all of these restrictions and these requirements and these roles that he has to play. So I'm going to go around. So we'll finish up with Tony here. But Matt, anything you got to say about Pepe?
You nailed it, man. It's the training wheels. It's the radio flyer. The training wheels there. He's the type of player that needs to start a game, and then you put him out there when there's something to do. And you bring him on, and we're trying to. I mean, it's 3-2. Technically, he really almost had two goals. I mean, theoretically, it was off the post. So, he did pretty, decent for what little time he gets. It's hard for him to get a run in, and since we're not playing in the other cups, it's really down to scraps, getting him out there. And I'm kind of like you, Gary. I think he really needs to get the training with. This guy's been on this team for what 3 years now, and it's time to let this guy just express himself, And also stop bringing him on with like 5 minutes, 8 minutes left in the game. Bring him on when it's like 25, 30 minutes left. That's when he can change the dynamic of a game. You bringing him out there in 5, 10. It takes 15 minutes to get cranked up. Coming off the bench, unless you're Emma Smith Rowe. So
no. Like I said, I definitely think Pepe, like you said, needs to start or get significant minutes. It'd be good. I think we need to rotate those 4 players. Right? Emil Smith-Rowe, Saka, Martinelli, Pepe, they all need to be part of a rotation.
Yep.
Until Odegaard needs a break, and then Emil Rowe will step in. But those 4 players need to rotate. If they are, they're going to be clicking, and that's why I feel like Foden's numbers are similar to what you have with Saka, but he doesn't have to play as much or be required to do as much. And that's what we need. We need those players clicking, because if we can get, I feel like we can get definitely 10 goal contributions from those 4 players if they play. I think so. Tony, I don't know. I'll let you continue on with this discussion on Pepe.
I'll start off where Lolo started off 2 weeks ago. Burnley would have been a perfect game to start Pepe. Brentford would have been a bad game. This week, ESR's out. I would have flipped him, played him on the left, had Saka still play there on the right, and I think it would have worked. But I think the main problem is the manager doesn't like him. I think he keeps the training wheels on him. Like Matt said, he needs to be 25-minute sub. To me, he needs to be 30. No matter who starts, either Martinelli or Pepe, I'd play him for 60 minutes and put the other one on for the 30. Yeah, Arteta always makes those late-minute subs. He usually has 2 of them from the 85th minute on. Usually his first one's about 72 minutes. He needs to get better at doing that. But I think Pepe has a talent. He hasn't been given a chance. In the personal fan circle, me, Gary, and Ray all had Pepe with 10-plus assists, 10-plus goals. He's barely done anything because he's barely given a chance. He's hot off AFCON. Why don't you put him in there? Burnley, Brentford, or yesterday? If he's doing that good, the manager believes in him. He talked about him, praised him, but still doesn't play him, still starting. To me, it's the player needs confidence. Like Lolo said, he seems like he does better coming on when the team's down. He needs a fire under him. The only thing he seems good at doing right now is shooting out babies. He's had his 3rd one since he's been with us. But to me, he's got the talent. He's just not used. To me, he'll probably be sold this summer, which I think would be a mistake because he's got enough talent in him.
Yeah, that would be a tragedy.
But hopefully Arteta comes to his senses one of these days and see what he has in Pepe. I don't think he will, but time will tell.
Yeah, and this is probably, and I will. This is a comment here from the assembled. How are you doing? Welcome to the show. Also, I've got Daz is in the house. How you doing? Welcome. Erdigo is the best player on the pitch. Yeah, I mean, many said that. I feel Saka as well. Saka as well because he needs. This is what we get from him. So that's what I saw. So that's me. I think you can't lose either way. But this comment from the assemble, and this is the thing for me. I'm looking at the Nketiah, Balogun, and Muller. I think it's Mueller. Is that how you say it? For me, I guess a quick one for me. Eddie, no. Balogun, too young. Muller, too young. They need to go out and play. Unless they are, for me, at the Saka level, then they can continue to play with the first team. But they're not there yet, or else they would have been on the squad, I believe, if they were. But they're not. It's hard to have multiple Sakas in your academy at the same time like that. I don't know what you guys have any comments on this thing here about Nketiah, Balogun, and Muller. I think it is. Is that how you say his name, Muller? Mueller. No.
Yeah, I think
we don't. Go ahead, Lolo. Go ahead, because I think we're going to say. I think we're going to say the same thing. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I mean, look, if the goal right now is Champions League football, we're going to need everybody's help. Nketiah is not fucking touching Champions League football to me, but he can play in the cups. He can play in the FA Cup. He can play in, give whoever that guy happens to be. Now, is it moving Martinelli over into striker? Does Lacazette stick around and we continue this attacking in force with a false sort of striker like Lacazette is. I don't know, but I don't feel like we can go this summer without buying an attacker, a legit attacker. And because look, as much as we're screaming
attackers,
Champions
come on.
League football, Champions League football, Champions League football, we want to get out of the group stage as well. You know, like we're not just trying to get there.
You know, Lolo,
We don't want to be an embarrassment because we played the same exact team. Like we don't have the depth for it.
you know the thing people, and I mentioned this on Saturday with Lee. I got slaughtered about this, and I told people, I said, so we want to get Champions League football. It's like you just said. Do people realize that Champions League is a step up from where we are?
Yeah.
Meaning we've got to get a step up in quality. There's no one on this panel that thinks Nketiah is world-class quality. Balogun probably still needs another loan. I'm just being realistic. I mean,
Yep.
It'd be foolish. We'd be doing the same thing we're doing with Nketiah if we brought Balogun back right now and put him out there.
Yeah.
The time that we could have used Balogun, he never played him. So now he has to go get the development that he did not get then. So Balogun is of no use right now. And ask yourself, do you think he's going to lead us out of in the Champions League? Yeah, right there. No. The answer is no. We need quality. We need 15 to 20 goals guaranteed. And we need a striker that can stay healthy. People forget.
We need a 10-goal striker in Champions League alone.
Yeah,
Like,
alone.
Forget
Yeah.
everything. We need 10 goals in the
Alone.
Champions League if we hope to do anything.
And I know I'm going to bring this up again, man. And I know people are talking about, about Vlahovic, but I mean, damn it, the dude has walked right out there and scored right out the gate. He's scoring the goals. You got to have a striker that's going to score goals. That is a bona fide goal scorer. You know, it was Lincoln. I heard some links last week of that fella that said Benfica. I think it was Benfica, that guy plays at Benfica, whatever. Forgot his name now, but he scores like 25 and 20 or something like that.
That's Stick or Schick or I don't know how you say it.
No, it's some guy that plays for Benfica. Somebody in the chat. Somebody in the chat will know. But hell, man, I think he's scoring 25 or 20 or something along that line in the Portuguese league. So I mean, if you can get 9 goals, 15 goals from a player in this team, then that's world class.
Yeah,
So I mean, we got to get proven quality, man. We got to get proven quality. We don't have time for. And Nketiah should not even be at this club right now. Darwin Nunez, that's it. Darwin Nunez. Yeah. You got to get a bona fide goal scorer, bona fide, to compete in Champions League. I mean, bona fide. Because this hoping and praying that we do, hey man, we're gonna roll out Nketiah and he's gonna call everybody and he's gonna let them know he's gonna score. That's not gonna do it, man. And people have got to really. People are asking for the Champions League, but understand that there's a lot more that comes with Champions League. And I brought this up. I told people this. We get Champions League. That's added pressure on Arteta. He's got to perform. Now that's more pressure on him.
3 and out. 3 and out. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Could you imagine that, Lolo? If we get Champions League and then we get put out just as quick as we got in. I mean, that is what I'm saying. Is that the expectations has to change. When you get top 4, are you just glad to be at the dance? At March Madness over here in the States, are you just glad to be there? Or are you there to win it? Because me personally, anytime we win the Champions League, we need to be in the hunt to be challenging. We don't need to be going to Bayern Munich losing 15-2 on aggregate.
Yeah.
No, we need to be competitive.
Yeah, I hear you. No, I've heard this multiple times. For me, and this is probably why I don't mind if we don't make the Champions League, because like you said, if we go to the Champions League, we should be going. The plan is to try to win and to try to the plan. And Arteta actually said that. He's actually said that he wants to win trophies, right? And finish top of the league, basically. So if those are the goals, then like you said, if we're going to go into a tournament, we should be going in with the best chances to win. The only way to do that right now is to improve our squad, right?
Absolutely.
So I'm happy. For me, I'm like, I can see the progression, and I'm happy to wait. I can wait a year to get in the Champions League because you know what, success builds on success, right? This team, we're at the worst point in Arsenal's, in Arsenal history for a while, right? As far as like not having an opportunity to win anything and not setting ourselves up to do that either. So I kind of feel like if we did take a step back, we did not make Champions League, it isn't the end of the world. So far, they've done good with what they've been doing, and I'm happy to see them grow. But Champions League means, yes, now that's like you said, that definitely means that they have a lot of not a lot of responsibility, but a lot of expectations that they need to follow through on. All right, this is why I felt like the January window was one of those opportunities. Right, this is almost like getting into the Champions League. And what we did was we just got in. We're happy to be there. Right now, we're trying to get to fourth place. January window pops up. All right, let's get some of the players out that are not part of this plan, and also let's bring in some players that'll help us get to our goal, which right now finishes top 4. We didn't do that. So, what makes me think when they get to the Champions League that they're going to do the exact same thing? They're going to do something totally different than what they just did in January, right? I don't know. I see Lolo nodding his head there. I just
yeah. Well, no, Matt just said something that got my creative mind going when he said, we don't just want to get back to the dance. And to me, it's like we're invited to this party every year. We're always going to the party. And then we start taking it for granted. And now we're not invited to the party anymore. When we finally get back invited to the party, you don't show up you go out and you get fresh shoes, you get a fresh fade, you grab the baddest bitch you can find, and you show up and make everybody go, damn. Oh yeah, they used to be here all the time. Yeah. Oh shit, hold up. Like that's how you show up to that dance that we deserve to be at. Historically deserve. Now we lost that right to be there, and now we're trying to earn it back. But once we earn it, it's not about showing up and going, hey guys, thank you for inviting me. No, I'm just going to grab my goodie bag and go. No, that's I hear what you're saying, Gary. I'm right there with you of like, okay, would it be worth taking a step back? I mean, not getting into the Champions League. To me, I'm not going that far. What I'm saying is, okay, get to the Champions League. I don't expect us to win it, but I expect us to get out of the group stage and possibly on to the next round. And that is progression, yet managing expectations. I'm not expecting us to all of a sudden we're 4th place in the Premier League. We can compete with fucking Messi and PSG and Real Madrid and Barcelona, if Barcelona's there, or Bayern Munich, all these teams, even fucking Porto and shit. Like, all I'm saying, so yes, we do need to go out and get some fresh kicks, tight fade, get some new clothes, get some sunglasses. And
we need to
what
get
is
to
that?
the dance first, though.
Yeah, but exactly, they're not gonna be selling us all that good shit, or nobody's gonna be coming over unless we have that, And then our better players, will Pepe, Lacazette, Saka, all these players go, oh, you know what? I'm going to stick around for another year if you'll have me. I'm not going to try to gouge you. I'm not going to try and do that. Like, okay, I'm part of this project. I'm buying in. Just give us some fucking cannonballs for the cannon. Right?
all right, cool. So yeah,
I don't know
so
if
that
any of that made sense.
So I'm going to try
I'm ready to have
transition.
my say on it. My turn, Gary. It's my turn.
Okay. After you, then we're going to transition because we still need to talk about points in our next game. So here we go, Tony. You have your say.
To me, you don't have to have all the great players. When Wenger was there, we integrated the youth. We fielded some pretty weak teams in the Champions League, and we still got into the group stages. But going on to, we just need to be in the dance. Spurs finished 1 point ahead of us. Guess what they did? They ended up in the Champions League final the next fucking year. So all we need to do is get there, spend the money, identify the players. But the biggest thing we need to start doing is integrating the youth, not the youth that's in the senior squad, the academy players. We wasted Balogun's year last year, should have been out on loan. Now we send him out on loan this year. Now I need to go out on loan again. We're stuck with fucking Eddie because he's on 70,000 a week. Should have went out and got Edward or some other player. 13 million for Edward. To me, it'd been well worth it. It'd been a way step up from Encadia. But first, you got to get to the dance. Top 4 was in the reach. We won the games we needed to. Like I kept saying, in November, we need to win these games. We need to get to the January window and reinforce the team. Instead, we sell 3 players, reduce our depth. Our depth is absolutely fucking shit. We need at least 10 players this summer. Some of them can come from academy, but that's going to be a tough ask since they haven't played. They haven't played in the League Cup, which they should be playing in. Instead, you got fucking Laca playing every cup game. We used to integrate the youth. We don't do it anymore. I don't know why Arteta picks all these 21 to 23-year-old players when he doesn't pick the academy players. He's got to believe in the youth, got to play them. He doesn't. To me, he's the wrong coach to be developing the youth. Emery did a great job with it. He had no faith in the senior players. That's why you see Glenn Doozy, you've seen Willock, and you've seen Saka integrated into a team. Now under Arteta, we haven't seen any of them. You just don't see the academy players. But to me, you got to get top 4. Top 4 should have always been the minimum for this year. You had Adu and Arteta last year saying top 4 was a target. This year, no European football. We're out of all the cups by January for the first time since 89-90. So we're out of those for the first time in 30 fucking years. All we have to do is worry about the league. We don't reinforce the team. Top 4 should have been the fucking goal, but it doesn't seem like it's a goal for Adu and Arteta. Fucking reinforce the team. It's our spot to lose now. Like I said, if we win half the games, we get top 4. Then we can worry about the depth. But we should have already did it. Should have integrated the youth. But I'm ready to be playing on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I think we got the team right now to easily get out of the group stages. The problem is Arteta will play them in all 2 domestic cups and the Champions League without fucking rotating. We got to rotate players. We got to have the depth. We need depth over quality for me. But that's just my fucking opinion. So.
And that was Tony.
We woke up Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I hear you, Tony, on getting some of the academy players in. Like you said, I think we kind of screwed ourselves with that January time period where we kind of just basically killed any future we had in any kind of those cup games. Basically, boom, one month, everything's gone. So I see your point on as far as bringing the youth in, but I kind of feel like we're on our we're a one track team, right? First window that we saw some old players along with Gabriel we brought in. All right. Next big window, youth. This window, I believe, needs to be experience, quality experience, whatever they bring in needs to be a player who I think should be considered a starter on this squad at any point in time, right? I mean, Jota came into Liverpool, and he could be a starter anywhere, but he had to come off the bench to start, and when he comes off the bench, you're like, damn. That's what we need. People need to be worried about our bench because when we bring somebody on, it doesn't. We're not taking a step down, and that's where we aren't there yet. There were some comments, and I think we're going to transition this into. I guess we're almost hitting the hour mark here, so we're going to get into some of the comments that you had, but also we'll get into the Leicester game. So we'll try to keep this a little bit fast. So we got the next 3 games, right? Leicester, Liverpool, and Villa. For me, I'll tell you kind of what I'm thinking, and this is kind of where I guess I have to figure out what's going on here. But Ray and I have the same thought here. I'm okay if we get 4 points out of the next 3 games. For me, I'm okay with that because I kind of feel like, you know what? We may not have Tomiyasu. Most likely, we won't have Emil Smith-Rowe either. And if we do, he's going to be like Gabriel when he came back from COVID. So we're not going to have him at full, in the form that we're going to get much out of him. It's a 6-day period, 3 games, and then it's a 2-week break. So I think it's going to be tough for us. I see Lolo nodding his head, so I'll let him go, and then we'll wrap around here. So tell me.
4 points. I just no way. We need to be getting 7 points out of these games, these 3 games. I'm gonna allow for a draw to Liverpool. But that's it. That's where I'm at right now. You know, it's fucking go time. All this shit that we're talking about not rotating the squad, and now look at us out of all these cups. Fuck those cups. We're out of them. Fuck them. All we have left to do is win that game that is next. So I really hate when people start saying, oh, we got 3 games in hand. Yeah, that's great. Now get that out of your mind because you have 1 game next. That's all you have. You have 1 fucking game next. Win that game. Then go to the next game. See who's available. Maybe shit has changed. Maybe somebody broke their leg. Maybe somebody got a red card, you know? So stop planning for Liverpool. Stop planning for Chelsea. Stop planning for Tottenham and play Leicester. And beat the shit out of Leicester. Don't give up any goals to Jamie Vardy in the 80th minute. Then move on. They'll play who I think Liverpool is next or see, I don't even fucking know. What matters is so looking at it that way, can we beat Leicester? Yes. Should we beat Leicester? Yes. Will we beat Leicester? Who knows? But I'm calling 3 points. Aston Villa, can we beat them? Yes. Should we? Yes. Liverpool, can we beat them? Can we? I mean, okay, yes, anybody can beat anybody on their day. Should we? Not a chance. So I'm being very optimistic right now and saying, let's go. We're fighting for our lives here. So are they. A draw would be something I'd be happy with. So bare minimum, let me say 6 points then. For this match, I said my bare minimum was 5-0. So this isn't brilliant for me. There were brilliant things in the match, but this is not great. So that's where I'm at with you guys. I'm not doing this. 4 will be good. Fuck that. Fuck that.
Where's their hoodie with the cutoff sleeves, Mr. Bill Belichick?
Yeah, I'll say I'm okay with the 4 because I'm okay with it because I know where we stand as far as a squad. You know, you said, we have. It's not necessarily that we have the Liverpool game. It's just that we have the Liverpool game in between 2 games that are games that we should get points from, and based on our form, we play these big teams. We always have a letdown afterwards because I think it really hurts us, and I think it's the way we go into these big games. I don't think they can win. So when they get destroyed, because like we've seen so far, they need a game or 2 to get back into form. So we're going to go to Matt here on.
Maybe Arteta will get COVID again.
Midweek, right? Just for the midweek. So yeah. So here we go. We've got 3 games coming up. 9 points are available to us. I'm okay with 4.
I need 6.
Lolo is not okay.
I gotta have minimum 6, man. You gotta find a way to get 6.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm looking at. I got the table up right here, man. So Liverpool, Villa, Palace, Brighton. I mean, I will probably not beat Liverpool. I mean, I'm in the camp. I just don't see that happening. It'd be great if we win absolutely. You know, that'd be great. That'd be a great win. We win, cool. You know, but I just don't see us beating Liverpool. So I would have to go. We'll probably beat Leicester 2-1. Villa, we'll probably scrape by. I think we can beat them. They're not as strong as they were last year. And even the game after that, Palace and Brighton, we should do the business on those. We get 12 points, y'all. We pretty much are looking like fourth place. So the aim really needs to be 12 to 15 points. They can find 12 to 15 points. You can lock up what you need to lock up and be good to go. The games against Tottenham, Man U, Liverpool, Chelsea people forgot we still got to reschedule the Chelsea game. We need to be winning these smaller games. We need to win every game that's not a top 4 team that we're playing. Every game that's not a top 4 team needs to be won. And that's your route into the Champions League. You start dropping points against these teams, start getting unnecessary red cards, and we losing players 2 and 3 games, and God forbid somebody gets a major injury, then it's a whole different ball game. But out of these next 3 games, 6 points is a must. Anything other than that is a letdown. I mean, at some point, Gary, the standard, we have to raise the standard here. We have to have a higher standard. I mean, it's time out for the go along to get along. We've got to raise the standard at this football club.
No,
Agreed.
That is definitely true. That is definitely true. If we are moving in the right direction, then the mentality has to be we beat everybody. And when I first started doing this thing, I always said, you know what? We've got 38 tests. We need to try to pass all 38 tests. So we should put ourselves in positions to win all 38 of those tests. I don't think we've done that. I don't think we put ourselves in positions to do that, much less you're going to have good and bad games where it doesn't work out, but I don't think we put ourselves in the best opportunities to win those games. So, Tony, I was talking about the next 3 games. I'm okay with 4. I'll keep saying it. I'm okay with it. I know it sounds defeatist, but when you look at what the other teams have to do when they play these games, they're going to probably, if we can get at least 4, I think we'll be okay. Because then we have the 2-week break, and then we come back and we have games that we can win. We're going to have to fill in the game with that team and Chelsea at some point. Chelsea might not be in a good place when we play them, and we just have to beat that team. That's all. So, Tony, tell me what you think about the next 3 at least.
I want to get at least 6 like Matt. I kind of agree with Lolo. I want 7. But with you, I'd be happy. I want to be happy, but 4 is enough considering our schedule and our place in the table and everything. But I'm looking further down the table and further down the schedule, like teams like Palace. We got lucky to get a draw with them. We should have lost that game. Vieira's be up for the game. They have pretty good defense. So it should be harder for us to score against them. So I'm looking at those games, looking at lower teams. Like Matt said, they're absolute must-wins. I'm not sure if we can beat them, so we need to beat some of these big clubs. I think we do need to either resolve out of Liverpool, whether it's a draw or a win. I think we need to. But I want to see what Arsenal we've seen against Man City. That's why I said Arteta can get COVID again, because I like that style. I like us just going for it, kind of like Leeds do. We have the back 5. If they start playing like the back 5 they were playing a month ago, they haven't been the back 5. I think they can. I just think it's the way they've been lined up, different roles for the players with Zaka up further. I still think they have a talent. Maybe some of them need to come down to earth a little bit, like Ramsdale, like Gabriel. Because Gabriel was talking about how good a partnership him and Ramsdale have and this and that. But to me, you got to go out. You got to get max points from every game. There are no throwaway games. We're going to be playing these teams that are looking to not get relegated. They finish higher up the table. They feel like they had a good season. We have a lot of those games coming up. We have to win those. I think we're going to drop some of those games, so we have to win them against the big boys. I think we got to get results against Chelsea, Spurs, and Liverpool.
Cool. I hear you. I hear you. Yeah. So we're gonna get into the next game. Yeah. So I am on the low end of this one. Everybody thinks we should be getting at least 2 wins. I'm okay with a draw, but like I said, that's based on what I've seen in the past. I like to see somebody surprise me. I'll be happy if they surprise me, but we'll see. Coming in, so we got our next game coming up, Leicester City. Another one of those games where where the striker on the other team is our Achilles heel, Vardy. And I think he scored in the last game. Is that right? I don't remember.
Yeah. No.
No, he didn't score
Against us?
No, against
No. It was Harvey Barnes scored.
Harvey Barnes scored in that one. Well, we're gonna need the defense that we had not in the last game. That's all I'm gonna say. We have the defense from the defense that goes out there and basically keeps people away. Then yeah, it should be our game to win. We've got enough talent up front to put some pressure on them, but we definitely need to play much better defensively. Maybe we'll get some. We got another week. I guess we have a week until we play, right? So we will hopefully have Tomiyasu actually in practice. Mr. From practice would be nice, but I'm not expecting him to play much. So here we go. We're going to start with Tony here. So tell me about the Leicester game. Your thoughts?
I think it's a must-win for us. They'll be coming after us. They have a better attack than some of the teams we've been playing lately. Like you said, hopefully the defense we've had most of the season shows back up. We got a week to train to make adjustments we need to. But no telling what's going to happen with Arteta at the helm. Should be 3 points. Pray we're going to get a draw. I just feel like we're going to drop some of these games that we expect to win. Like I said, that's why we need a win against the big teams too. But we should easily be able to beat them. We got the attack. I like the attacking style we've been doing. Just the defense needs to do their job, and we get the victory and the 3 points we need.
Cool. And we'll go with Matt here. Leicester City up next. Vardy,
2-1.
2-1.
Yeah, 2-1. I think we can. Are we at home all the way?
We are home.
Home? Yeah, 2-1.
Yeah,
2-1.
we're home for our next 2 matches, so I'm not traveling at all. That's cool. You got to say nothing else?
Yeah, I mean that's it, man. It's 2-1, man. I think we should get this.
Where's that fired up man at?
Hey, man, this is the watch and see part of the season here. This is all. You're just waiting, sitting there hoping. You're hoping it'll work out well. But I know Arsenal in the spring, man. I know how this rolls. All of us have seen this before. It's just a matter of can they seal the deal. I mean, this is we're at the stage now in the season where it's put up or shut up for me. And so I'm just gonna be honest with you, if I don't see the results I need to see the results that I need to see by early April, then y'all are really gonna see me go off. Because it's a repeat of the same thing for the last 2 seasons. And then that's where I start having major, start asking some major questions.
That's been the last 3 seasons.
Last 3 years. Yeah, exactly. Last 3 years. So I mean, at this stage, we're better off than we were last year, but we still have a long way to go. And we all know what time it is. You got to win. I told you 15 points will do it. You find a way, 15 points. Because right now, Manchester United is all over the place. This is rare. We don't get this opportunity too often with Manchester United all over the place. Tottenham is Jekyll and Hyde. You got Chelsea is a somewhat influx of, a lot of stuff going on. Liverpool is going to be content with having to try to fight a Champions League and a title race. We have an opportunity to come up the back end. And if we don't do it, then yeah, you're going to see fired up match. You can just guaranteed it'll just be the raise hell hour. But this Saturday, they should win this game 2-1. Anything less than that is a failure. Because we're supposed to be contending for top 4, correct? So if they don't win these games coming up, they're considered failures. So, we don't have the leisure of other teams doing the work for us this go round. Had we done what we supposed to do in January, then we could count on teams to help us out with results. But we don't have that luxury anymore. So we have to go out and try to get a win. So I'm taking us Saturday 2-1. And hopefully we don't have these problems leaking the goals, but I'll take 2-1. 2-1.
Cool. Yeah, I guess I just want to say, hope everything's okay over there for Ray. We didn't have any storms blow through here, but yeah, that sounds a little crazy.
Wow.
That sounds crazy there. So hopefully everything's good. You guys are all safe there. But Lolo, next game.
Lolo, don't want to hear anything about Stoops getting destroyed.
Yeah, no. I start going, oh shit, is there a storm outside? What's going on? Where did my stoop go?
Reddy's got a 3-1 win for us. 2-1 for Matt. What say you about the game?
Matt, I want to echo so much of what you just said right now. I'm right there with you, and for me, listen, Arteta's this is Arteta's opportunity to change, maybe not change a lot of minds, but get a lot of people to go, all right, I've been against him this whole time, but I mean, okay, because I smell blood in the water. And I don't know if you guys smell it or if you can see it, but that blood is blue. And top 4 isn't enough for Lolo. That's not, no. I've said it since earlier in the season when Chelsea first started dropping points. I keep telling Najee on our show, who's a Chelsea supporter, I was like, Najee, another 6-point shift. Y'all lost. We won. We're coming for you. And it was funny when we were down here. But now we're actually in a situation where we've got a game in hand on them and we play them coming up. So, and they're 5 points ahead of us? So that's 6 points if we can win those. Yes. All of that leading to, it's not that I just expect to win every match. Mm-hmm. I when I go in and I start watching a match immediately, I expect nothing but the best. I'm let down all the time, but that's how I go into these matches. And right now, Arteta needs to be going into them the same way of, this is my chance. This is our chance to prove that what we've been working on that nobody knows about, and they're all talking shit about us all the time, and then they say, oh, they played pretty well. They give us no credit for actually, whatever we're doing here in secret, kicking this guy out, bringing this guy in, letting this guy go, all this shit that nobody understands because they're not here with us. Guys, this is our chance. Now, and that's why I think this month, the rest of these matches, it's all we have to focus on. We have a pretty fit squad, all said and done. We're one of the only squads that has been able to name nearly the same starting 11 for 8 matches in a row or something? Mm-hmm. 9 matches? If you switch Tomiyasu and Cedric, and then the red card for Martinelli, or the various red cards. Besides that, Arteta, we've been starting. No matter how much we call for Pepe, no matter how much we call for whoever, he's had the luxury of doing this. So that's why the one touch stuff is starting to look crisper and crisper and crisper. So this is the time, the rest of the season, you need to be looking at it one match at a time, but burn through it. Know that we're not going to beat everybody, but that's the mentality. And so I'm going with the win. Goals are going to go in, and I think Vardy always gets one, so I'm right there with you with 2-1. But Leicester have been giving up goals left and right. They usually give up 2 goals. Leeds United should have had 2 goals. Kasper Schmeichel had a really good game, and then they missed opportunities. But that's Leeds United, and they kept them to 1 goal. So, like, if that's the bar, fellas, we have to keep them to at least one, to at most 1 goal. And I know we can get some on them. So yes, 3 points, and any less could be doomsday. Could start doomsday.
Yeah.
Done.
I think I don't know. This sounds, why not sentiment? I think this sounds like some Jedi mind trick you're doing here. You know.
Yeah, that he's
It's-
been
it's-
featured.
He is.
It sounds a little like, oh, cool, and then like from the best young coach in the world. I get it. Yeah.
I don't.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm not expecting domination.
No, but I mean, for me, I'll get to Tony here, but I think I have a 2-0 win. Vardy cannot score. I don't want him even thinking that he's going to get a goal in this game.
We do not need Vardy having a party.
You know what I mean? Like, if he feels like he can score on us, he will score on us, and we can't.
Yeah.
Sorry, can't happen. No more of this. No more. Nah. He hasn't done much in the last couple of games that we've played them, but I just remember, and I just want it to stop. So no, I don't want to bring him back. Nope. Don't have it. No feeling. I want that ball never to get into our box unless it's rolling to our goalkeeper and he's picking it up. That's it. So Tony, I think it's your turn, and then we're gonna start doing our closings and get out of here.
I want to see a fired up attacking team that we've seen against Man City. I want a 3-0 win. I think we can get it. I think, like Lola said, it's a must win. This March, we got to go in there and beat what teams are expected to beat. We can drop a few against the bigger teams, but we got to beat these lower teams. Leicester gives up goals. Vardy's our Achilles heel. It's time for our defense to dig their heels back in. Start getting some clean sheets like we were getting. Ramsdale is near the top after first 8 to 10 weeks. Last 3 or 4 games, we've looked suspect on defense. We need to work the shit out. Whoever needs to yell at him needs to yell at him. If it's Ramsdale, if it's Gabrielle, if it's Arteta, or whoever, we need to light a fire under their ass and have them playing good defense. We don't have to worry about our attack. We just need to play attacking football. I don't want to see this sitting back, playing counter-attacking football. I like us shooting 20-plus shots. Wish we were more clinical, but I like us taking the attempts. I like us getting goals outside the box like we had this week. Again, we need to continue that. So I just want to see us fucking attack, storm them, get as many goals as we can. Defense should hold up, but it should be easy 3 points. We just need to light a fire and keep that fire going from match to match.
Cool. All right. So like I said, we're going to head out of here. So Tony, you got any last words before we go? I don't know if you...
Nope.
Okay, cool.
Just go out and win 3 points. I just want 3 points.
Same here.
Yeah. So nothing else from you?
Same here. Just get the point.
Cool. All right. And Lolo, what say you? Oh, you're muted. You're muted, I think. You muted yourself.
Sorry. Yeah, the same thing. 3 points every week or midweek whenever we play. That needs to be the goal, and yeah, go as far as we can. And right now, as far as possible, is 3rd place, and that's what I've got my eyes on. And I feel like Arsenal fans need to be as realistic as you want to be, but also be a little crazy and expect more out of your team. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no Jedi.
That's why Lolo wants 7 out of 9 minimum.
I want 9 out of 9.
There you go.
I'm just giving Liverpool
minimum.
a draw because they're fighting for the league.
All right, everyone. So we're gonna head out of here. What am I gonna say? Yeah. So just remember, if you haven't already, subscribe and like to the channel. I'd like to say thank you to our guest tonight, Lolo.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for coming on and joining us.
Man.
We will
Thank
hope
you
to
for
see
having
you again
me.
in the near future for sure. Do you have your show tonight?
No show tonight.
No show tonight.
But you can check out. We have a bunch of videos that we released reviewing different matches that came out today. We'll be reviewing the matches midweek in videos, but live, you can only catch us on a happy hour these days or on your show. So,
All right, cool.
Join us for happy hour on
Cool.
Friday.
Cool. And Tony, thanks for joining us.
Yep.
We will do this again
Glad
next
to be here.
Monday.
Yep.
And hopefully, next Monday, hopefully we'll be talking about another win. And Matt,
Hopefully.
Yep, we need another win, brother.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be doing it.
yes,
Then,
All
then
right,
we'll, then we'll be talking about a good run of form.
Yep.
cool. All right, everyone. So we're going to head out of here. And as you know, I like to say my last words. And life is a journey. Don't waste the trip. Enjoy the ride. And we will see you in a week from now. After hopefully another win, another 3 points. And we'll talk to you then, everybody. Good night. Remember to subscribe if you haven't. Hit the like button and we'll talk to you again on Monday. All right. And we're out. See ya.